all our viewers, I'm back, your host Damini Basu, yet again with a fresh and new video on a very trending topic. That's right, today we'll be talking about a very new and bright star who has made his mark into the Indian side ever since his very exciting debut. That's right, and it wouldn't be wrong to say that it's indeed the time of the youth. It's the time for the young blood to step up. Yes, you can bet on it, because that is exactly what the story of the second test of the ongoing series between India and England was. If England thought they arrived in this series with their baseball threat, even India was more than ready to give an equally effective counter-attack to it. The Jaiswal threat, it definitely to a large extent belonged to the lanky young batter Yashasvi Jaiswal. But the interesting part is, how did he even make it to the Indian side? If you're intrigued enough to know about this inspirational story of this very talented young batter, stay tuned till the very end of this video like a true ecstatic cricket fan. Welcome to your channel for CricXtasy, where we will bring you the latest updates on cricket, not just in India but around the world. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel, and without any further ado, let's start the video. Talking about this very talented young player, Yashasvi Jaiswal's story is filled with this young lad's dedication and grit. From his under-19 days, Yashasvi Jaiswal has come to embody fearlessness and a robust batting approach, to which he has also managed to add consistency, as his record in the IPL and in domestic cricket for Mumbai in the early 2020s shows. At the just young age of 12, Jaiswal moved from rural UP to Mumbai for cricket. When Jwala Singh, a local coach, took him under his wing 2 years later after watching him at the Azad Maidan, Jaiswal's career began to take off. The young opener's adaptability between formats and temperament make him stand out among his peers at the highest level. At least this is what believes the local coach Jwala Singh. This union was perhaps destined between one great teacher who was hungrier than ever to sculpt one great student. Talking about Jaiswal's journey as a cricketer, Jwala revealed that he met the cricketer's father back in 2013 when the latter asked the coach to make him a good cricketer. Jwala also stated that he treated the UP-born cricketer as his own son, since he had a very stable life in the city. Now moving on, let's make a small comparison with another young fellow cricketer who also once upon a time was in the shoes of Jaiswal but didn't manage to maintain his position in the Indian side. Yes, we are talking about Prithvi Shaw. This will only help us to understand why Yashasvi Jaiswal is being deemed to be the more reliant option as compared to Prithvi Shaw. Now, all of you must be aware that both entered the arena with a bang, barely out of their teens, scoring centuries in their debut test. Not to forget, while Prithvi Shaw was the Under-19 World Cup winning captain back in 2018, Yashasvi Jaiswal was the leading run scorer for India in the Under-19 World Cup 2020. Both started their international careers on a flyer, but fast forward to now, things have completely changed, because Prithvi Shaw is almost becoming a forgotten star to the Indian side, while Yashasvi Jaiswal is becoming the top choice for the opener slot for India. The reason is quite simple: a positive temperament. Sport brings a lot of fame and wealth without a shadow of a doubt, and it is upon the sports person whether or not to get swayed by it. While Prithvi Shaw has completely succumbed to it, Yashasvi Jaiswal has remained unfazed, thus yielding clear results, who today is the established name in Indian cricket. Prithvi Shaw's major drawback is his inability to recognize his flaws and rectify them, be it his cricketing skills or his on-field or off-field behavior. His opponents were quick to notice his weak points in batting, and gradually Shaw became vulnerable to quick dismissals, the most famous one being, of course, Ricky Ponting pointing out on live air commentary in the first test of that very famous Border Gavaskar Trophy back played during the 2020-21 series. Mitchell Starc dismissed Shaw the very next ball in India's first innings that time. On the other hand, Yashasvi Jaiswal too had a string of low scores during the initial phase of his career after his debut. But what sets him apart is that he has worked on those blemishes and has quickly regained his batting skills to take on the oppositions. He doesn't settle for moderate scores. When he sees his batting well during any innings, he ensures and is determined to go big and play in that long-lasting fashion. Now, talking about the former, can Prithvi Shaw, once touted as the next big thing in Indian cricket, ever make his way back into the Indian squad. Never say never, but it won't be easy going by what one witnessed on his return to competitive cricket from a knee injury in the Ranji Trophy on 2nd February 2024, very recently. The 24-year-old, who has had a checkered and a very shady career ever since bursting upon the international cricket scene with a test century on debut, cracked a few delightful boundaries during his innings of 35 runs off 42 deliveries for Mumbai against Bengal at a forlorn Eden Gardens. However, he looked into very urgent need to shed those few extra kilos and get back into his prolific best shape to press a claim along with the likes of Yashasvi Jaiswal, his very fellow teammate who has gone miles ahead. The latest setback to Shaw's career came in the form of a knee injury during his county stint with Northamptonshire in August 2023. Prithvi Shaw is not any stranger to roadblocks in his career. There is a public perception about him which nosedived, unfortunately, in the early 2023 when he was involved in a barroom brawl with Sapna Gill, who happens to be a social media influencer. Now, on the contrary, Yashasvi Jaiswal ensured he never lost focus and got distracted by any means. It was about time for destiny to enact its role, which soon did. The step up from tearing apart domestic bowlers and lording over under-19 attacks wasn't quite smooth, but hard work and long hours spent working on his technique and skills at the Royals Academy when training opened up after COVID helped him mark his confidence, as said by Jaiswal himself, because in the IPL of 2022 season, Jaiswal had formed a fearsome opening batting combination with Joss Buttler, which ultimately resulted in the 2023 season where he set a new record for the fastest 50 in the tournament's history of just 13 deliveries. He also ended up the RR season as being the highest run getter with over 600 runs to his name. Now, fast forward to present times, Yashasvi Jaiswal is that absolute star. He has marked his authority in Test cricket as well in the purest form of the game. And coming to the just concluded second Test, which India won comprehensively versus England to level the series 1-1, Jaiswal scripted history in style. At 22 years, Jaiswal on Saturday became the third youngest player from the country after Vinod Kambli and Sunil Gavaskar to score a Test double ton. He smashed 19 fours and 7 sixes to make 209 from 290 deliveries against England in the second Test at Visakhapatnam. Now coming back to, talking about Prithvi Shaw, it's very early to say. Definitely, Prithvi Shaw is a very good player and he has the potential to be a great batter. He has shown flashes of brilliance for India and in the IPL, and he has the ability to score big runs in all formats. If he can be, more consistent, he will be a force to be reckoned in the future. As for Jaiswal, he is certainly a player to watch out for as India's future shapes up, and he could well be the future of the Indian batting. With his superb start to Test cricket, Jaiswal has cemented his spot for the future in the Indian Test team. His T20I performances have seen him become one promising option for the upcoming T20 World Cup. As for Prithvi Shaw, he will hope for a good IPL in the coming few months to come back into contention by the management when they make their squad for the upcoming T20 World Cup. But this was on our part. As you, the viewers, we leave it up to you to use the comment section as much as possible to tell us, to share with us how impressed are you with this young and rising Yashasvi Jaiswal, who has if not marked but stamped his authority into the Indian side. And with the series moving on to the third Test that will be played in just a few weeks' time, how much do you expect to watch Yashasvi Jaiswal improve even more? And also to let us know, what do you think about Prithvi Shaw? Do you expect or otherwise that Prithvi Shaw will at all be able to make his mark, will be able to work hard enough and expect to be in contention back for the Indian selectors to have him back into the Indian squad? Do let us know in the comment section. And with this, I'll conclude this video here. Thank you so much for joining, for watching this video till the end. Do not forget to share and like this video as much as possible. Thank you so much for hearing out your host, Damni Basu, on behalf of CricXtasy. As a true ecstatic cricket fan, we promise to bring you the latest updates in the world of cricket, not just in India but around the world. And I'll be back again with a new video on a very fresh new topic. Until then, it's goodbye and do take care of yourselves.